G'day, welcome back to Dad vs Son. We're going on with Corsair Leader DVG, the Okinawa US Navy campaign with two Fleet Air Arm Corsairs helping us out. Day one we had a scramble mission, number 13, which was the one of the carrier defence ones, and that's been reshuffled back in as per the rules. We started with 36 SO points and we still have 36 remaining. We haven't used any, and we got 5 VP from the last target, so we can rock on into the second day. We have 4 free SO points for special weapons if we want to use them this mission, otherwise we lose them. So first target is number 7, landing support. There we go. So we can take 7 aircraft because we need 6 hits. Wow. 3 sights in the target area, 2 on each approach, 3 bandits in the target area, and 2 on each approach. It's a soft target, which is good. It's dispersed, so that takes 1 less hit, I believe. I've gone blind and I can't see it. Yes. Each attack can only inflict 1 hit on the target. So that means there's got to be at least 6 attacks on here. Okay. VP's 5, 1 recon, 2 intel, which is handy. And it's a gung-ho target. So that's not too bad. So do we want to just do that one? That'll give us another 5 VP, because 7 aircraft is, again, over half of our ability to go and do. Now, bandit-wise, we've potentially got 8, 9, 10, 11 bandits potentially. And we can remove 1. So we've got 10 potential bandits, effectively. And we have, wow, 11 sites. Yeah, I think that will be it. We're not going to do anything more than that. Righto, so sites first. And we have 2 on each approach. 2 there. 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, and 3 in the middle. And let's see what we've got. Okay, to the north we have a rifleman, and we have a no sight. To the east we have a no sight and rifleman. To the south we have a light machine gun, and we have a no sight. And to the west we have a no sight and rifleman. So that's all pretty damn fine. Now in the middle we have rifleman, a rifleman, and rifleman. So nobody's going to cause us any real difficulty other than stress with these guys. So that's not too bad. And they only all hit on low. So that's not a great problem. Okay. Assign pilots. And we can take 7 aircraft. We need at least 6 hits. Okay. 7 aircrafts. I think 3 fighters and 4 bombers is the way to go. So our 3 fighters are going to be Baird, Buckeye, and Hull. Preferably, if we can, we'll get Buckeye to follow him in and try and do his wingman thing. And then we have 4 attack aircraft. So, the Corsairs, the Fleet Air Arm guys, can carry 2 weight points each. And once their weight points are gone, then they can always be fighters again. So that they can only take 3 or 4 stress each. Okay. So I could give them a drop tank, but I don't think we will. So I suppose what we're probably looking at is napalm for them. No, that's no good because they can only do 1 hit. So that's stupid. So what we want is the either rockets, so they can do 1 hit. They can carry 2 each. So that's what we'll do. So we're going to take Granger and Ackland with us. They'll be going in low. And they're going to carry 2 rockets each. And then we can take 2 of the dive bombers. Now they've got 3 weight points each. So I think again what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them 2 rockets each. Because they'll still have their guns as needed. I know they lose their dive bonus, but I'm going to send them in low. Well, I suppose they don't have to go low to start with, do they? So I'm going to give them 2 rockets and a drop tank each, just to offset their fuel. So there's 2 of them going. So who are we going to take? So Clark is going for a +1. Cherry for a +2, +2, +1. So I'm going to actually take Robbo and Tiny Cherry because they're both hitting for a +2 without having to dive. Because they're not going to get a dive bonus, I don't believe. Well, I suppose they could, couldn't they? Let's think this through. They'd get the dive bonus for the first shot, but not for the second shot. Yep, so they can go in high. So do I need to take them, or do I take Edwards and Clark? In fact, yes, we will. We'll take Edwards and Clark. They've only got an air to ground of 1, +1, but they've got a +2 for Edwards for his dive, and Clark's got a +3 for his dive. So we'll take them. Okay, so they're going to come in high. And that is 7, earthquake. 7 aircraft. Righto, so let's do the paperwork. This is target number 7. Helps if you put it in the right space. Target number 7, and we have Baird flying, no SO points being used. Buckeye flying, no SO points being used, and Hull flying with no SO points being used. The F4Fs are not flying at all, and we have Edwards flying. Now he has 2. Yep. So we've used our 4 free ones, so they're using no SO points for them. So we've got Edwards, and we have Clark flying with no SO points, and then we get the Fleet Air Arm guys flying, and they're carrying 2 each, so we're actually spending 2 SOs on each of them. So we've spent 4 SOs at the moment, leaving us 32. Right, so that can go now because we've used up our free SO points. Okay, targets done, pilots are assigned, aircraft are armed. Target bound event is place 1 random special site counter in the center. Okay, 1 random special site in the center. And we have destroy, move bandits. Oh, yeah, okay. Diversionary attack. I don't really know if it's worth it because it's going to draw them to the center, and that's where we're going to be. But we'll see. Okay, place aircraft. So where do we want to come in is the question. We don't want to come from the south because this is the only one that can actually do damage to us. All the others can only do stress. So we're going to come in from the east. So we have Baird, Buckeye and Hull coming in high as fighters. We have, sorry, I'm going to have to use fat fingers. We have Edwards coming in as high as a dive bomber along with Clark. They're carrying 2 rockets each and a drop tank. And then we have Granger coming in low with Ackland with their 2 rockets each. No, not a TT rocket, just a normal one. Yep, good. Okay, so that's our 7 aircraft. Okay, bandits. So we have 2 bandits on each approach. So 2 to the north, 2 to the east, 2 to the south, whoops, and 2 to the west, and 3 in the middle. 1, 2, 3. And let's see what we've ended up with. Okay, to the north, we have 1 no bandit, and we have an average KI 43. To the east, we have a no bandit and a, sorry, can't see it, a no bandit. To the south, a no bandit, and we have a green A6M5. To the west, we have a green KI 43 and a no bandit. And in the centre, we have an average KI 84, a newbie KI 43, and a green 0. So we ended up with 1, 4, 5, 6 out of the potential 11, and we can remove 1 as our Intel Air Defence adjustment. So the most dangerous one is this one, because he's a average +2. Everybody else is a +1, 0, or -1. So he's gone. So we now have 1, 3, 4, 5 fighters coming in. Okay. Over target event is discard 1 gung-ho counter from 1 pilot, return it to him at the end of the mission. Righto, so let's have a look. Baird has 1 gung-ho, Buckeye has 1 gung-ho, And Hull has 1 gung-ho. Edwards has 2. Clark has 1. And Ackland has 1. Okay, so we'll remove one of Edwards and he'll get it back at the end. So he still has at least 1. Okay, turn counter in the 1 box. Good to go. And we're off and racing. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just tidy some of this up. We're not going to have this LMG do anything, so it can go back. The same as this rifleman and this rifleman. Right. Okie doke. Dive bombers to low? No. Fast pilots attack? Okay, now fast pilots, we have Clark with his situational awareness. But the only thing he could do at the moment would be fire a rocket here at these riflemen, which is just ridiculous. In fact, he can't even do that because he's high, not low. So sights and bandits attack. Nobody can attack us. Slow pilots attack. Again, nothing's going to happen. So aircraft move. So we'll put our 3 fighters up here. Move Edwards forward, Clark forward, Granger forward, Ackland forward, as such, and then the bandits move in. So we have a +1 bandit, a +1 bandit, a 0 bandit, and a -1 bandit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the +1 against Baird, the +1 against Buckeye, the 0 bandit against Hull, and the other guy will attack one of the bombers, and this other one on the west will come over towards the centre, like that. And we'll set up the tray here for you, and I'll try and remember to do this left-handed. Okay, so this 0, we're at turn 2, is going to attack somebody, and he can attack anybody along here, but they've all got 1, so it'll be these 4. So 2, 4, 6, 8. We have 4, so he is attacking Clark. And then we have the rifleman who can only attack Granger and Ackland, so 1 through 5, 6 through 10. And we have 10, so the rifleman will go after Ackland. And that's what we have at the moment. Right, so dive bombers to low? No, not happening. Or can they? Why not? Yes, they will. So he's going to dive to low, and he's going to dive to low, which means, sorry, that this guy can attack all 4 of these. So I'll just re-roll that. So 2, 4, 6, 8. And we have 10, which is nothing. Sorry, using the wrong hand. 7. So instead of, yeah, it's still Ackland. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm happy. Righto, so dive bombers, fast pilots attack. Okay, so we have Baird, who has 1 situational awareness, which he is going to use, and he will attack. So Baird is a +2 air-to-air. His opponent is a +1, so he's at +1. So he's going to go for a tight turn at +1. And he gets a 7, which is +1 position. So he is now advantaged against this A6M5. Sorry. Make it a little bit better for you. Okay, so Baird is advantaged here. And he has +1 position, that's all. Okay, so his attack is at +2, +3 for positioning, -1, so he's at +2. He needs a 6 or better to kill and gets an 8 and shoots down this green A6M5. So Bed takes his 7th kill. Okay, and then Hull is going to use his situational awareness. He is a +0 air-to-air, and his bloke is a +0 as well, so he's going to go for a tight turn again. And he gets a 9, which is +1 position, +1 attack. So Hull is now advantaged. So his attack is at +0, -0 is at +1, and his extra attack is +2. So again, he needs a 6 or better to kill, sorry. Oh, threw it away. Thank God for that, because it was only a 2. It's got to go in the box. 6 or better, no good. Which leaves Buckeye, who is actually our fast pilot. So he is going to shoot. He is at +3 against a +1, so that gives him +2. +2, he's going to go for an in my sights for a +2. Gets a 7, which is +1 attack. So he's at a +3 for his attack. So he needs a 5 or better and gets a 1. Wow. Okay, who else is fast then? Clark is fast. So Clark is going to use his situational awareness, and he's going to fire a rocket at the target. Like that. Okay, so he has dived. So he has a +1 air to ground, a +3 dive is 4, and a +3 for a soft target. So he automatically hits. He doesn't need to roll, and he does 1 hit. So we have our first hit on there. So that was Clark. And that is it for fast. Okay, so we'll just start from the top, work our way down. So we have this KI-43 at a +1 for his manoeuvre. Gets a 5. So it's a yo-yo. He is at a -2 for his success. So that's a 3, which is -1 attack. So he is -1 attack, which gets rid of that. So he's at a -3 for his attack, which means the most he can do is a 7. But before he does, Baird is going to try and suppress it. And Baird is a +2. -1, so he's at a +1. Nope, no good. Okay, so KI-43 shoots at Buckeye, and there's a 7, -3 is a 4. Oh, I said -3, didn't I? +3, yep, that's it, -3, so it's a 4, no hit, because he needed the 6 to hit. Okay, the A6M2 now is at a +0 for his manoeuvre, and gets a 9, which is an in my sights, which is not going to help him at all, because he cannot manoeuvre from that position. Okay, so there's no good rolling for anything else because it's not going to matter. Okay, and then we have the KI-43 newbie against Clark. So he is -1 for his manoeuvre, which is an 8, which is a half loop. So Clarky Clark is a -2 air to air. So this guy is +1 for his maneuver success. Gets an 8, which puts him on Clarky's tail. Right. And nobody can suppress that one. So we will take 1 stress and we will attempt to evade. So the attack is at -1. And with Clarky's -2 gives him +1. So he's at +4 for the attack. So that's an 8, which would be a damage. So Clarky will use his gung-ho. And now Clarky gets to shoot back. So Clark's shot is at -2. So he's going to maneuver first. What's he going to do? And he is going to go for a barrel roll. Hang on a tick. Just give me one. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so no, he gets to shoot back as if they're in a neutral position. So he is a -2 air to air, and the KI-43 is a -1. So that takes him down to a -1 air to air. So he needs a 10 to get a 9 for a kill. Here we go. Sorry, wrong hand. And he got a 10. And Clarky shoots down the KI-43. Okay, Clarky's got a kill. Well done, that man. Well done. Okay, so this guy goes away. Clarky can come back around to neutral. And then we have simply the rifleman shooting at Ackland. And they get a 2, so nothing happens. Right. So now it's slow pilots. Okay. So Buckeye is going to have a look. What's he? Buckeye is at a +3. And his bloke is at a +1. So he's got a +2. So he's going to go for an in my sights at +2. And he gets a 10, which is +2 attack. So his attack's going in at +4. So he needs a 4 or better to kill. And gets a 4. So Buckeye Reese gets his 4th kill. Okay. And then Hull is going to go in. Now he's at a +0 air to air. And his man is at a +0 air to air. So we're just simply going to go for a tight turn because we don't have any negatives on that one. And we get a 7, which is +1 position. So we have him tailed now. Okay, so Hull is +0, -0 for this guy, but +3, so he needs a 5 or better and gets a 3. So Buckeye is going to take first shot at this guy from a neutral position, so that's going to be at a +3. And nope. And Baird is then going to take a shot at him at effectively +2, and he doesn't do anything either. So there you go. Okay, and then Edwards is going to fire a rocket in there. so he gets his bonus. So he has a air to ground of 1, a dive of +2, so that's 3, 3 for the target, so we can only roll 1 or more, which gives us 7. So that's a hit. So we have 2 hits on the target now. Then Clark will fire one of his rockets. That's not a TT rocket, idiot. Okay, so Clark has fired his rocket into here now, and Clark gets his +1 air to ground. His +3 dive is 4. His +3 for a soft target is 7. Again, he doesn't even need to roll. And we have our 3rd hit on there. Then Granger's going to have a shot. And Granger is a +2 air to ground. +3 is 5. And rolls a 4, which is enough, and does 1 hit. We now have 4 hits on the target. And last is Ackland, who will fire a rocket, and he is going +2, +5, and 5, and we have our 5th hit on the target. We need 1 more hit. Right. So that's that. So aircraft move, and we are not going to move anywhere. We are going to stay there because we don't need to do anything. And then we have Bandits move, and we'll put him on bed like that. We'll leave Hull with his man, and we are into turn 3. Right-o, so fast pilots attack. Baird is not fast anymore. Hull is not fast anymore. Buckeye is. So he is going to do an attack, and he's going to do a neutral attack on this KI-43. So it is at a +3, so he needs a 5 or better to shoot it down. And gets a 5, and that one is gone. So Buckeye gets his 5th kill and is now an ace. Okay, anybody else that's fast? And the answer is no. Okay. So this rifleman can attack any of these 4 aircraft. So again, 2, 4, 6, 8. And we have a 9, which is no good. 2. So he's going after Edwards. Okay, so aircraft first is going for a manoeuvre, and his manoeuvre is at +0 and gets a 10. So it's an out of the sun. But his success is also at a +0. And he gets a 10, which is +4 attack, so it doesn't help him 1 iota. Okay, and then the rifleman's shooting Edwards and get an 8, so Edwards takes 1 stress. So slow pilots attack now. So Hull is going to have a go at this guy. He is simply going for a tight turn so that he has no negatives. So it's a 0 and a 0. He gets an 8, which is +1 position, doesn't matter. So he's got a +3 on this hit and misses, of course. So Baird is going to get, Buckeye's going to have another shot. So again, he's at a +3 for a neutral shot. So he needs a 5 or better. No. And Baird is going to be at a +2 for this shot. And gets a 1, so nothing happens there. Righto. Edwards is going to shoot at the infantry because he can. So he's a +1 air to ground. He doesn't get any dive bonus or anything this time. So he needs an 8 or better to hit the infantry and gets a 1. Okay, Clark is going to fire his rocket into here. And again, no extra bonus, so he is at +1, +3, so +4. So he needs a 3 or better to destroy the target. And only got a 2. So he missed. Granger's now firing his rocket into the target. And Granger is at a +2 air to ground, so we have +5 again. So we need a 2 or better. And we get a 2, and that is the target destroyed. Righto. So, what else have we got then? What else have we got? We could shoot up other stuff, but it's not going to make any difference. No. So, homeward event is... Save this card, you may perform a priority R&R for 0 SA points. Wow, I like that. Okay. That saves us 12 SA points straight up. Okay, so we can get rid of all of these. Get rid of that one back. Whoop, threw it away. Sorry. Into there. I don't need the dice tray. Don't need the rocket. So let's do the paperwork. Okay. So Baird flew. He gets 2 XP. Reese flew. 2 XP. Hull 2 XP. Edwards the same. Clark the same. And Granger and Ackland the same. We spent 4 SO points, so we have 32 left, and we gain 5 VP, which gives us 10, and our recon goes up by 1, so there's no real change there, we're still on 2. Our intel, though, goes up by 2, and we've gone from -1 bandit to -1 sight. And it's a gung-ho. So let me just have a look. Edwards was going to get his back anyway. Clark gets his back along with his situational awareness. Wiggins gets his second situational awareness back. Baird gets his situational awareness back, and so does Hull. I think that's about it. Okay. So, who did not fly today, and they get their stress removed. So we have Wiggins on 3 stress, who has a cool, so he loses all 3 stress. We have Consul, who has 2 stress, so he loses all of them. We have Bill Regalo, who had 3 stress but has no cool, so he'll lose 2. He has 1 remaining. And that is that. Okay. So starting at the top, Baird flew the mission and has 1 cool, so he will take 3 stress because we've got the extra 2 stress. Buckeye flew the mission and has 1 cool, so he will take 3 stress as well. Hull flew the mission, has 2 cool, so therefore he will only take 2 stress. Righto. Edwards flew the mission and took a drop tank and has a cool, so he will take 2 stress rather than 4, which takes him to 3. And Clark, Clarky, where are you? Has no cool, but took a drop tank, so we'll take 3 stress, which with the one he's got gives him 4. Okay, and there we have it. Right. Lucky last we have Granger, who flew the mission, has no cool or anything else, so he takes 4 stress. 2 and 2 is 4. The last time I counted it was. And Ackland flew the mission, again has no cool, will take 4 stress. And that is that completed. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use this and perform a priority R&R for 0 SO points and then discard it. So I can take 2 stress off every pilot. So Baird goes from 3 to 1. Buckeye goes from 3 to 1. Hull goes from 2 to none. Regalo goes from 1 to none. Edwards goes from 3 to 1. Clarkey goes from 4 to 2. Granger goes from 4 to 2. And Ackland goes from 4 to 2. Right. Oh. So that looks a little bit better. And I know Ackland's still got his -3 stress. I'm just holding that at the moment. Okay, so that's the end of day 2. Can anybody go up? Okay, so Baird now has 5 of his 8. Reese has 2 of his 12 he needs. Hull has 2 of his 6 that he needs. Tom Consul has 6 of his 9 that he needs. Edwards has 2 of his 7 that he needs. Cherry has 1 of the 5 he needs. Sorry, Robbo has none of the 4 he needs. Clarkey has 2 of the 6 he needs. Granger has 2 of the 5 he needs. And Ackland has 2 of the 5 he needs. So we started the day with 36 SOs. We spent 4, so we've got 32 left. And we have now got 10 VP. So we are nearly halfway to adequate. So, yeah, not too bad at the moment. So thank you again for watching, and I will leave it there, and we'll come back with day 3 of Okinawa at another time. Take care. Bye for now.